Hello my friends, welcome back to the next part of my Shadow Man Remastered playthrough. Quite a lot has happened in the Shadow Man community since my last video, and I'm going to share some pretty cool things with you guys before we enter the next level, which is going to be the Temple of Prophecy. So first of all, we're actually going to warp back to Nettie's house to see one of these cool things, and while I'm warping, I'm going to cut to the YouTube channel of a user by the name of WMJ, who actually discovered one of these cool things. He has pretty much found out by himself that there's a bunch of hidden little teddy bears throughout the game, the same as the teddy bear you're holding. I guess they're like Luke's teddy bears. But he's basically discovered that there's a bunch of Easter eggs in Shadow Man. And the first one we're going to go and check out is on top of Nettie's house, this church you can see in front of us. How he discovered that there was a teddy bear up there and how he even thought about getting up there, it just wouldn't have occurred to me to actually do this. But yeah, like I said, he's got a few of these on his YouTube channel, so go and check them out. And maybe even just subscribe, because I'm sure I'll probably find some more out later on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in this barrel to go up and get it, but what you'll notice is that in the original Shadow Man, this barrel was not here. So there's actually, because I went back and tried to jump up on this roof in the original game and I just couldn't do it. There was no way for me to actually get up there. But in the remaster, they've clearly added this barrel in intentionally, and what it does is it allows us to jump up onto this door and then up onto this little roof and over here. Now clearly they've modeled this fence in such a way that it can be stood on, because there's no reason to model this little thickness to the back of the fence, but it allows us to run along here, jump up onto the church roof, and then collect an Easter egg, this little teddy bear on the ground. And let me just walk over and pick that up. So you get the kind of warp that we would normally get, but it doesn't appear to do anything. Maybe no one knows what it does. Maybe if you collect all of them something happens, or maybe it's just a fun little Easter egg. I mean, it's pretty crazy to be up on top of this church for a start. So yeah, go and check out all the other ones. Full credit where credit's due. WMJ found this out. I thought this was pretty cool. You can jump over here and see through parts of the level. I actually discovered that if you come over here, I think you can drop down back into the cave, which is pretty cool. Oh, and actually some of the levels unloaded as well. I didn't notice that, but I wonder if I go far enough will it load back in. Let's go and see. Yep, it's loaded back in. If I would have walked over there, I probably would have fallen through the game and then just died, and then it would have taken me actually to dead side. Pretty cool little Easter egg there. And the next thing I'm going to show you guys is I'm going to cut to some footage of a new mod to the game. KevinLongtime is actually starting to import some of his assets that he created. If you remember from my channel quite a while ago, I talked about Kevin's Shadow Man Remake, where he actually took a bunch of well, he actually remade a good chunk of Shadow Man in the Unity engine, and what he's starting to do is he's actually starting to port some of his or import some of his models into Shadow Man. So it's almost like we're getting a remake. By the time Kevin is finished up importing all of his models, we'll kind of have like a partial remaster and remake at the same time. But again, go and check out Kevin's channel. He will be, I'm sure, uploading videos as he creates these mods. So the best place to keep in touch with all of that is through Kevin's channel. Also on his channel, I'll just do a little sneak peek of it here, but there is a video showing the car crusher that he mentioned will be added in one of the official Shadow Man Remastered updates. This was something he intended to put in the game, and it looks like it's finished, ready to go. So as soon as the next Shadow Man update comes, the car crusher animation will be in there, and I'll cover that probably in a later video when I go back to check out for myself. But pretty interesting how it was actually implemented in the game. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for Shadow Man news. Let's get back and we're going to go and enter the Temple of Prophecy. Alright, let's go and open up this level 6 gate, and this is going to take us to the Temple of Prophecy. This is the second temple we've done, the first being the Temple of Fire, and we're going to get a new Gad, which is a new tattoo that's going to actually let us walk on fire, the Marcher tattoo. So this sort of lava here, we'll be able to walk on it after we get the next tattoo.
In praise of the Gad, tattooed trinity, drumming ineffable power burning through the flesh. My ebon body wrought with arcane designs, drawn by the dead side's dragon breath, and entreated by the talons of the terrible mother. Dread beauty brings them unto me. Palms to flame, souls to fire. Black blood song coursing through the dragon's searing veins.
Alright, and we're going to go and tackle this temple, and as with most temples in the game, I think that probably all of them, they're filled with the sisters we have to fight. Also kind of puzzle solving, platforming elements. Here we are at the entrance of the temple, and in the background there you can see where we're actually going to go and get our new tattoo, which is pretty cool. You can see that off in the distance there. Let me just change this weapon over. Well, actually, let's just use this new weapon for a while. We'll try it out. It's actually not too bad of a weapon. At first I thought that this was more of a just used purely for transportation, like getting through the different little teleportation things, but actually I'm finding it's not too bad of a weapon to use as well. It's because the reason I say that is because it's got far more accuracy, or no, sorry, I should say it's got far better range than the well, I can't remember what the other one's called, the assassin or Ason. I just find it has a better reach. You know, it can go a lot further. This room is totally filled with the sisters, so like let me just take these out. We're going to come back to here. As you can imagine as well, with this level being a level where we get the tattoo that lets us walk on fire, it's filled with parts where you have to walk on fire. So, but there's a really efficient way of doing this that I found, where basically we can go straight to the tattoo, or as let's not say, I would say straight to it, but you can get there much sooner than just working our way through the whole level pretty much. And it involves getting the blood falls lit up. So right here in this very first room, we will be able to climb up this pillar, but we actually have to activate the blood fall. So let's go and get that. And it's actually in this very first room, I believe. No, yeah, it's in this very first room, and it would be really easy to miss this switch. And you could just assume that there's no way of actually activating it, but the way to sort of progress through the temple like traditional way would be to do what you need to do in here, possibly get this Govey, and then just like keep on pushing on through the level. But if we go this way, then we're going to find all these obstacles where we have to walk on fire, and it's like kind of difficult. So we're actually going to backtrack at the very start, and we're going to go and get this this tattoo a little bit earlier than we probably should. I know the first time I played this temple, I made my way through the level the difficult way, we'll call it.
The sisters awake.
Sisters have already awoken as soon as I started climbing this bloodfall. But as you see, I pressed that button and it's kind of turned on the bloodfall, and what that allows me to do is now backtrack to the very start where we can now climb the bloodfall out there. Don't really need to fight these sisters, so I'm just going to come back in. And now you can see we can climb the bloodfall. So essentially, it's not the only way, but one of the ways to get to the tattoo instead of like tracking through the whole level is coming up this way and jumping through this pretty this door that you wouldn't really think leads to too much other than a couple of cadeaux or something like that, but it actually takes us to eventually to the tattoo. So let's see. All right. There is a Govie in this level. We could just like keep on going here. So we have to spin this until it first of all points to the switch, and that will allow us to actually open the door to get the Govie. But if we wanted, we could just turn it another time, and then it'll take us to the exit of this room. Quite a lot of sisters in this part of the level as well, and it's better to kill them now, because what will end up happening is you'll just try and climb across that wooden, I don't know what you call it, like a wooden stick, and then like the pole that spins round, and what will happen is these sisters will just come up and just knock you off as you're climbing across. Take them out, and we'll go up and get this Govie while we're here. I'm going to try and get as many Govie as I can this level, but there's a couple we'll need to come back for. I think there's probably like 2 or 3 we'll need to come back for. But I think we need to get the hammer to get the missing ones. Well, so it's called Marcher, which I think is French for hammer. So, and it's actually right outside this, the Temple of Prophecy, and but we actually don't have the soul level to take us there just yet, to open the soul door that it's behind. Okay, let's go up here and get this Govie. And these fireballs are really annoying, so just wait until you see one go past, then go ahead. They're in such a bad position to knock you off these poles that you have to climb across, and we'll come across one of them later on that, I don't know, I may have to just quick save before, because I just seem to constantly get knocked off. But yeah, we'll get to later. So now we're going to exit this door up here, and we're going to get to make our way to the tattoo. Let's see. Again, watch out for the fireballs, because it's right in your path. It's put in a very inconvenient place. Okay. I just wait until I see one go past the screen, and you know that it's clear to keep going. Okay. Now I think, oh, watch out for that one. I think there might be a Govie in here that I didn't get before. I just, oh no, I know what's happening here. Okay, I need to press these switches and take all these down. So the tattoo is in that room there. So I think we could have came this way had I gone the other direction, but again I would have had to run through a lot of fire traps or lava traps you have to like walk along. But we'll go back to them later. But I see there that they've actually placed a fire block in the way, so it kind of there's the only way of getting through that is by pushing the block. So it's kind of forcing you to get the fire touching ability before you get the fire walking ability. So I'm going to turn this statue off as well. Technically don't need to turn that last statue off, I don't believe. Definitely want to kill this sister because I don't want her. Oh, there's more up here. Okay. This Govie is actually a kind of awkward jump. It's not really a big deal if you miss it, because you can just climb back up again. But let's see if I can. Yeah, so it's to jump from the other platform over to the Govie is actually quite a long jump. Alright, let's see. I haven't woke this last sister up because I didn't press the last switch. I'm actually going to press F5 here for a quick save because this jump's more awkward than it looks. Okay, I made it anyway. Alright, so now we're going to go and push this block and make our way to this, oops, this tattoo. Lots of fire traps here, or a Govi that we need to actually have the walk on fire ability to get. This room here, I don't know if I've actually done this room before, so seems pretty simple. I mean, I kind of see these rooms as like kind of like puzzle rooms, but they usually don't take too much thought. Most of them anyway. It's actually more of like combat and platforming is more it, but like, you know, with some very light puzzle solving involved. So let's just, I haven't actually done this yet because I just ran on and just went and got my tattoo, but this one looks pretty straightforward. Just turn off all the statues, and I assume as we unlock every statue we'll probably wake up a sister or two along the way. And one of the things, like, I have to say, like, from getting feedback and comments and stuff, I really like there's a lot of love for Shadow Man, and I really appreciate so many nice comments, people loving the game and a lot of people appreciating the game. But I have to also say that I've noticed still the odd comment from people who are just like quite negative views about the game, and they're like, I don't really quite understand their views, because they're like, I don't understand the logic behind the views, because they're saying things like Shadow Man Remastered is deserves much more than what it got. Like, what they're saying is like this game, someone said like this game deserves a remaster, or a remake I should say, because after Kevin posted up one of his mods, they were like, now do the whole game sort of thing. This game's far too good just to get a crappy remaster. It needs to be remade. But like, I don't really understand that logic, because like, if the game's so good, then why does it even need a remaster to begin with, like, or a remake to begin? Oh yeah, remaster I mean, because you should just play the original game if you like it that much. You know, if it's that good to you and you love it that much. I would actually argue that like a true fan wouldn't really want a remake. Like, it's fun to see a remake and see what you can do with the modern engine and stuff like that, but like, if you love it, like you truly love it, you should just love it for what the game is, and that's what I think I do. Like, I love playing the original Shadow Man, so I also love playing the remaster, because it is pretty much the original, but just slightly more modernized, but it still feels like that original game, just like, I don't know, update it. So yeah, it's really good to see the love that the game's getting, but it's also strange to see so much criticism as well. Thankfully it's more people loving it than not, but there's a little so I'll just show you in this little maze that we're in now. We climb up here to get out of it, but if we continue on down this corridor, we unlock a cheat.
Oh yeah.
There it is there. We've got just have to walk along this corridor basically, and that cheat is actually the ability to play as Nettie. So let's go and look at our cheat menu. Play as Nettie. Yeah, there you go. I don't really want to play as Nettie, but I'd say I might actually keep it on, just because it'll probably mess with people's head that have just like haven't watched the full video and they've just kind of skipped to this part of it. It's going to be like, why is he just playing as a girl all of a sudden? So let's just keep her on for the rest of the episode, just to mess with people's head. Let's see. Okay, yeah, actually, all I have to do is go down here to get the tattoo, I think. And this jump here is probably worth doing a quick save for, because this is the last point where if we don't have our firewalking ability, we'll die. Just like that. Okay, it's feeling I saved. Let's see. How do I quick load? I think it's F7. I hope it's Oh yeah, good. Okay, yeah, that's a little awkward to make that jump. I think it's like, yeah, you clip on the door on the way in. I made this jump like twice before, but I know it's, let's see, F7. Yeah, I didn't clip that time, so I think it depends. If you like clip against the edge of the door as you're trying to go through, it kind of slows you down a little bit. So yeah, just save before you make that jump, because that would be so annoying to have to go the whole way back to the very start of the level. It's right before getting this as well. I just realised it's Nettie that's actually getting the tattoo and not Shadow Man. Alright, now we're in the fire. We can safely walk in this fire and no more annoying fire puzzles. Something interesting to note here, if we were playing the original right now, there would be lava in front of, like a lava that you have to swim in, so we actually wouldn't have had access to this this door, and we'd have to get here another way. But I think this is like a modernization. You know, they've streamlined it a little bit, so it's kind of easier just to get back to this one room. There's actually a few things that they've modernized in that way, just like some very minor streamlines, but it would actually make the game probably slightly faster to speedrun, possibly. But I'm just gonna get this Govy, so little lever we had to pull there, so that lifted this cage up, and it's gonna let's get this Govy. Oh, it just, what did that say? Did that just say secret activator or something? I swear it just said secret activator in the background there. But I definitely, maybe it was like a remnant of whenever I unlocked the secret from earlier or something. So there's probably a few doors I wasn't able to come in. Let's see, this one. Maybe it's just the two, I'm not sure. Let's go in here. Yep, one more Govy. Oh, this is the bit I was talking about earlier, where like the fire that shadows like, or the statues spitting out. I swear it hits me off this pole every time I climb onto it. And another thing to note is that this pole is actually spinning in a different direction. If you go back and look at the original, it's sort of spinning in the other direction, and it's far less likely to get you hit by the fire. So it's kind of a trollish move for the devs in this game to do that, spin that in the other way, because it's so much harder when it spins that way. But we'll get to that bit in a little bit later. Let's see, we got one more over here. Oops. And nothing too hard about this one, just jump up here and get it. We'll actually go above it, above this little structure later on. I wonder, is it worth going up here? Can't remember where this leads to. This might be a little bit of a shortcut back the way. Yeah, I guess it. No, I'm going to go from the very start because I don't want to miss anything. So what we'll do is go back to the very start of the temple, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's... Okay, let's go over here. And what we're going to do now is actually go to the temple. Like, we're going to go the way that you kind of should have went, if you know what I mean. Like, because I backtracked a little. Okay, no problems here from that lava anymore. And this is actually the end of the temple. But I think, let's see, what's the best way of doing this? If I go through here, I'm going to come back and get that Govy in a little bit. But I think I can unlock a shortcut somewhere around here. No, actually what I have to do... Okay. No, I'm just going to go through the temple as I would, and I'll actually unlock the shortcut at the very end. I don't really need the shortcut right now. So what I'll do is I'll just walk through the way I kind of, I guess, should have went, or maybe you would have went if you first played this. And it's just through this door. This will take you through, we'll basically we'll look back on ourselves to where I just came from. But we'll do it in such a way that you wouldn't actually have been able to go and get the tattoo. And you can see this room would be kind of awkward and you have to walk along these pipes and stuff. But now we don't need to anymore because we've got our Gad, so yeah, we can just take it easy. This is why I said it's better doing it this way around, because there's no real threat of falling and having to restart the whole level because now we've got the tattoo. This bit I'm actually going to save. I'm going to do another quick F5 save because this thing always knocks me off the edge. Let's see, I think I've got past it, and I'll come over here a little bit. Alright. Trust me, that is harder to do in the remaster than it is in the original. Alright. Easy enough here, no real threat of falling. We have a bunch of these little like statues that we have to work out how to get up and get the Govie. There's also, I'm going to press this button and that's going to let us climb over.
The sister is awake.
Most of these rooms also have drums, and I can only assume that we need the Marcher, which is the next item that we'll unlock. I mean that's what will let us see how that weapon fell short of actually hitting the hitting that enemy there. I think, yeah, so the drums will actually like open these three wooden things, and actually it looks like it's just purely probably Cadeau actually, but I'm assuming the drums will actually unlock some Govie as well, because there's definitely some Govie I think I'm missing in this part of the or this temple. Okay, let's go over and get this one. I'm sure the sisters will probably wake up as soon as I land on this statue. Statues maybe praising to the Loa. Praise be to the Loa. I'm surprised I haven't actually ranked up yet. There must be a lot more Dark Souls here than I remembered, but on probably one of my last Dark Souls in this level, I will reach the next level, which will allow me to go and get the Marcher. I think this leads to, let's see. Yeah, this just leads to that other room. Okay, so yeah, I guess you'd need to be able to push fire to get into that room also. But let's see, we don't need to go in there anymore. I'm getting kind of close actually to getting another 100 Cadeau, which will get me a little bit more life, which would be good. Let's check out these. And you can see, like, I've already got, there would have been a Dark Soul over there, like, teasing us, but I've already got all them ones. Let's see, okay, I can speed this up a little bit. There's a button I need to press over here. Again, there's a couple of platforming elements in this room that you could potentially drop to your death in this room. It did happen to me a couple of times in my first playthrough. So again, just make life easier on yourself and have the tattoo by this stage. And I normally would have to like make my way back to the start and then jump on over here, but I think there's a way you can jump on. Oh, okay, I didn't make it that time. So we can actually jump onto the rope from up there if you just get the angle just right, and it kind of saves you having to go the whole way back to the start of the level. Let's do an F5. Okay, there we go. I'll drop down here. Another sort of worshipping statue, and more of the drums as well in this part.
Got
Just
it.
a little bit of health. Okay, I'm starting to actually forget how to do this part. I think there's a switch somewhere we need to press to get the stairs to come out. I thought it was over here somewhere. Oh, there's a, yeah, I couldn't see it. There's a lever on the wall. So if we hang off this, it'll bring the stairs up, and then we just have to walk around the side to get up onto the stairs. And then of course as we do that, it wakes up all the sisters.
Got it. The sister's awake.
But to be honest, what? I couldn't get into it there. If I'm quick enough, I can probably just run out of this area without having to actually fight any of the sisters, because I'll not be coming back in here for a while. Probably until I get the drums out, or the Marcher. Oops. No lava in this area, which is sort of weird. I was expecting, you know, all the rooms to more or less have lava, but
Got it.
maybe they thought that like it was starting to get annoying or too samey to have like lava everywhere. Oh, get off here. I think I stuck to time. Whoa, okay, make sure you jump onto that roof, because then you have to go all the way back down again. Or back around again, I should say. They're just throwing everything at you now. Let's see, I think this is getting close to where the shortcut is. Oh no, another temple, another statue room. I think this one opens its arms up whenever we press these buttons. But I believe there is another button
Awake.
somewhere we have to press. Oh, it's over the other side. Oops. So I've opened the arms of the statue, and now I just need to open up the chest, which will reveal another Dark Soul. This, I think, could be the Dark Soul I need to actually level up at this point. No, still not enough. Do a quick check. I've got 10 out of 13, and I know there's at least one more at the very start of the game that we have to go and get. Yeah, so this is where we get the sort of shortcut back to this part of the level. There's a lot of sisters in this part as well, so... Oops. Quite make that jump. Ah, I got hit by the spinning disc. Actually, just go ahead and activate this shortcut, and what it's going to do is it's going to give us the Govie that we got at the very start of the game, but it's this is like right at the very start of the temple. We've seen that one. Oh, and it's actually let me level up too. And we're going to open up a Dark Souls style shortcut. And what I mean by that is Dark Souls the game, where you like tends to be like in every Dark Souls game you play, you play through a level and then loop back to the start of that level, but with opening up a shortcut. and I swear they've copied that directly from Shadow Man. I can't think of any other game that's like that. So yeah, I'm going to warp straight back to where I am, and of course this has now opened a shortcut that saves you having to go through all of that hassle of all of the trials and all of the different statue rooms. And what this brings us to is, if you remember, up there is where we get our tattoo. There is no way of getting up there from here that I know of, unless it's a glitch. And again, if you didn't activate the waterfall at this point, you wouldn't be able to go up there. All we would be able to do is come through here, which doesn't take anywhere significant, I don't think. So, oh, just hit me off it. So I'm going to go up the waterfall actually, as soon as I've activated it, and we'll see what's up there, because I know there's at least a dark soul up here. So yeah, a bit of an it would be a mistake not to turn on the blood waterfall at the very start of the level, because then you're not getting things like this. And in my opinion, it's a mistake not to just go and get the tattoo right at the very start. So I think that's probably the most efficient way of actually completing this temple, instead of going round and round in circles and not knowing where to go or what to do. Oh yeah, this brings us back to the start as well. I'd say that's probably all we can do for now. Let's see if we can jump in here.
Got it.
Some Gobi. But I think, let's see, I can make it over here. I think this just possibly leads to where we were a little minute ago, because again it all kind of loops back on itself. Yeah, so it all loops back on itself. If we didn't have the climbing water, or sorry, we didn't have the waterfall on, we wouldn't be able to go up and get that Govi, and we would just basically loop back on ourselves. And by this point, if you're playing this, if you were playing this and you're stuck in this level, you'd be like, and you didn't turn the water on, you wouldn't know to go up there, and you might not know exactly where to get the tattoo. So I could see how this level might be confusing for some people, but hopefully if you've played it along with me and you've played it the way I've got, I did it, we have got the tattoo, the Marcher tattoo, or Gad, and we're only missing one dark soul, which I'm not exactly sure where it is, but I assume it has something to do with the Martu, which is an item that lets us use the drums. Possibly there's a dark soul behind one of the drums in this level, but I'll not know until I get that. So I think I'm going to leave the video here. We've done as much as we can in the Temple of Prophecy. I've ranked up to another soul level, so we have a few more doors we can go and open, and more things to explore. So thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for all the feedback you're giving me. It's good to read your comments, and yeah, I look forward to the next episode.